If you are finding it difficult to make your own perfectly fitted wide leg cargo trousers, then this video is for you. Wide leg trousers are one of the hottest fashion trends right now, and the secret to achieving that beautiful flow starts from proper pattern manipulation. In this tutorial, I will be showing you the complete pattern drafting process, including the wide leg shaping, pocket positioning, and all the key details that give cargo trousers their stylish and functional look. Grab your drafting tools and let's get started. My name is Bolaji and this is Regi School of Fashion. In drafting a wide leg trouser pattern, I will be grading my basic trouser pattern, which we drafted in my previous tutorial. If you haven't seen those videos, kindly check the end screen of this video for the link to the tutorial. And here is the front panel I have with me, which I've placed on a fresh pattern paper, as you can see. Then on the upper part of my pattern paper, I left 3 inches. By the side, I left 2 inches. So my starting point is the vertical line I have by this side. So my waistline is also on this line as well. So now the first step is to decide how you want your wide leg trouser to be. Is it going to be with a fly zipper, a waistband, or it's going to be closed at the front and back? Then you will add elastic to it. So in my own case, I want my wide leg trouser to be with elastic, and I will be adding a rope as well. And for this reason, I need an extra inches, which I will use for the elastic casing. So here is the waistline. Then I'm going to take this upward by 2 inches. So the 2 inches is going to be for the elastic housing. So from here, I will take this upwards, the waistline, I will take it upward by 2 inches. So the 2 inches I'm adding is based on the size of the elastic rope I want to use. So the size of the elastic rope I want to use is 1 inch. That is the wideness of the elastic rope. We have elastic rope that is about 2.5 inches. If yours is going to be 2.5 inches, so definitely you have to add up to 3 to 3.5 inches for your elastic rope. Also, it depends on the kind of design you want to have on the waist area as well. If you want to have a kind of pleat at the upper part of your waistline, you can add extra 1 inch more than the wideness of your elastic rope. So if your elastic rope is 1 inch wide, you can add 3 inches or 3.5 inches. If your elastic rope is going to be 2.5 inches, you can add 3.5 inches or 4 inches. It all depends on your choice. So as for me, I'm making use of 1 inch elastic rope. So I'm adding 2 inches. So with these 2 inches, I'm going to have exactly the size of the elastic rope, because this is going to be on fold. By the time I fold this over on the waistline, I'm going to finish the edges with 1/2 inch. So what I'm having left is going to be 1/2 inch. Then the next step is to add the elastic allowance. And because this is going to be closed at the front and at the back, so we need extra inches, which will help the elastic to expand while putting on the trousers. Without this, it will be difficult to put on the trousers on and off. So the measurements I will be adding to the waistline is going to be the quarter of the hip measurements I'm working with. So that is the perfect you can use. You know the trousers is going to pass through the hip area, and the biggest measurement I have here is the hip measurements. So for this reason, I will be using quarter of the hip measurement to make this So for this reason, I will be using quarter of the hip measurement for the waistline. And the quarter of the hip measurement I used was 11.75. So I will come to the waistline and insert 11.75. So here I have 12.75, and I will mark this on 1 inch point, not from the tip of my measuring tape. So my 11.75 is here. I now we repeat the same on the new waistline I just measured out. So I will extend this upward, and I will extend this upward as well. So guys, now I have the waistline extended, as you can see, and I've also extended this upward to the elastic housing allowance, which I have here. Now this is not going to be with that because it's going to be a free trousers. That is needed when making a fitted trousers. So that is why I did not add that to my pattern when I was drafting. So the next step is to extend the hip and the crotch line. I will be extending the hip line and the crotch line by 1 inch. This depends on your preference. It depends on how much you want your trousers to be wide. So on the hip line, I'm going to add 1 inch. On the crotch line, I'm going to add 1 inch. I have it marked. Then I will come to the knee level and extend this by 2 inches. The measurement I used on the knee level was 9 inches initially. I took this on 1 inch point. Then I'm going to add 2 inches on the knee level. And because the measurement was divided on both sides, I'm going to share the 2 inches on both sides as well. So that is 1 inch on the outside, 1 inch on the inseam side. So 1 inch here and 1 inch here. So don't forget, the extra inches I'm adding to my pattern is based on my preference. This is how wide I want my trousers to be. If you want yours to be very wide or not too wide, then you can know whether to reduce the measurement or add to the measurement. So it all depends on your preference. Then on the ankle line, I will be extending this by the measurement I have on the knee level, because from the knee to the ankle I want to have a straight line. Okay, so the exact measurement I have here is what I will be inserting on the ankle, so which is 11 inches. 11 inches. Then I'm going to confirm what I have here already before I can know what to add. So here I have 6.75. So I'm going to subtract 6.75 from 11 inches. So whatever I have left will be shared on both sides. Half of it here, half of it here. Let's assume it's 6 inches. If I subtract 6 inches from 11 inches, I will have 5 inches left. Then I will divide this by 2, put 2.5 here, put 2.5 here. So now I have my measurements marked on the ankle line. So here is the measurement point on this side, and on this side I have it here. So what I eventually used was 2.5 inches on both sides, so that is 5 inches. So which means the ankle line is a little bit more than what I have on the knee level. So in total here I used 5 inches plus 6.75 I had there before, so that is 11.75, and this I have 11 inches. This is 11.75 and this is 11 inches. But because I want to have this like a straight line, I'm going to extend this to 11.75. So 0.25 here, 0.25 here. So in total I will have 11.75. So the difference between 11.5 and 11.75 will not be too obvious. So by the time I connect this, it will still look like a perfect straight line. So after marking all the points, the next step is to start connecting the points together in order to make a wide leg trouser pattern. Then I will start on the waistline. The connection from the waistline to the hip area still require my hip curve, but in this case it's not going to be too curvy, it's just a slight curve because that part is not meant to be on a straight line. So I'm just going to make it slightly curved, and mind you, the connection is going to be from the exact waistline, not on the allowance I have at the top. Okay, so this is what I have for the outseam of a cargo trouser. Then from the hip line to the crotch line is going to be a straight line because what we have here initially was a straight line. So I'm going to connect these 2 points together with a straight line, making sure it blends properly with the hip area. So with this connection, your wide leg cargo trousers is going to give you a perfectly fitted look. Because it's a wide pant doesn't mean it shouldn't look fit. There's difference between wide and fitted. So that is why you will see some people putting on a wide leg trousers without a shape and it will not look good on them. This is because they did not follow the proper route of drafting a basic trouser pattern, then grading it to the exact size they want it to be, or grading it to how wide they want it to be. So with what I'm constructing here, there is no how our wide leg cargo trouser will not look good on the wearer. Now the next step is to connect the crotch line to the knee line. Okay, and I have my measurements marked, as you can see. This also requires my hip curve ruler because this is what I used in connecting the basic trouser pattern. Excuse me. Now the way I'm connecting my pattern is based on my preference, how wide I want my cargo trousers to be. Okay, I don't want this to be too wide, so that is why I don't use too much of measurements. If you want yours wider, then you can extend your measurement. Also, if you want yours to be like a palazzo, you want it to look like a palazzo, you don't need to insert any measurements on the knee area. So whatever you have from the crotch line, just get your long straight ruler. Then from the crotch level, can you see what I have? From the crotch level, then to the measurement you have on your ankle, you just take it straight down. So with this, you are going to have a very wide trousers. So this is going to give you a palazzo look. So with this, by the time I confirm the measurement I have on the knee level, it's going to give me more than what I have on the ankle line, you can see. So what I have here, is more than what I have on the ankle. So it all depends on your choice. So, but for me, I don't want it to be too wide like this, because by the time you connect the side, whatever you have here, you must have it here as well, because both sides must be equal. Then I'm going to make use of my own curve ruler, then connect from here to here. So I'm going to connect from the crotch line using my curve ruler, making sure I have a smooth curve. Okay, then with my straight ruler, I'm going to connect the knee level straight to the ankle. Okay, so this is what I have for my own shape. So this is going to be a kind of fitted from the waist area to the crotch area, and it will be getting wider little by little to the ankle. But if you want yours straight down, then you can follow the first method I showed you, so which is the connection from the crotch downward to the ankle. Then another thing you can do is this. You want yours to be straight and you don't want it to be too wide, because with what I have here is going to be a palazzo, but you want yours to be straight like this, but you don't want it to be too wide. You don't want to have something like a break point on the knee area. So what you can do is this. The total measurement you want to have on your knee area, you will not share it on both sides. You will just bring it to one side. So which is, by the time you are connecting the crotch, you will still have it the same way. So this part, there's not going to be any excess on the inseam. So all your allowance is going to be by this side. I think what I added here was 3 inches or so. 2 points. This 1.25. That's 2.5 in total. So instead of sharing the 2.5 inches on both sides, so from here I will just mark the 2.5 inches. Then I have it here. So I will not use this. Then I will take my straight ruler, then connect from the crotch level. So with this, I will still have a smooth straight line. You can see what I have. I'm going to highlight this with my marker so that you can see the difference. Then from the knee level, I will connect again to the ankle. And you make sure the connection is very smooth.